can look it up there. So, Soin has been a beast in the matchup versus Undead for a long time, especially in Farseer Headhunter times. This matchup is a little bit in flux, I would say. It has been established that Farseer Wyvern are a very good strategy, and it's working very, very fine. But the reason why people are going for Farseer Wyvern is, well, it's maybe comfortable and relatively easy to execute. Whoa, by the way, we have to talk about Labby's Dreadlord here in a second. But the major issue also was that ghouls were so ungodly strong that you couldn't play ground. And you had to go to Wyvern. Now ghouls are weaker. That opens up the ground. And LabyRinth is going for Dreadlord, fast, expo, fast. This is the LabyRinth special. It's not the first time he's playing this. This is his signature play. But it is fragile and dependent on the early game. Scales like crazy. Woo, that boss, yeah, needs to go for the second one. This is it a block? I'm not sure. Whoa! Gets his foot in the door. And with that, the Farseer is out of the harass. The Dreadlord can creep. The Ziggurat can grow. That's the way. I like it. A bit of an issue is that A, there's low gold, there's low lumber, and Soin queued a fast tech as he's skipping every single unit. No grunts, no headhunters, straight up Wyvern, or even Firelord Raiders. Depends on Soin now. On this map, he was extremely successful versus Sock with a Firelord. Maybe a reason to try it again. Only now we got the resources for the second base. Wolves are doing a fine job, but not fine enough. Oh! Oh, sweet! It's the... It should be Wyvern Spirit Walkers, right? And a Firelord. Oi. Dude, what a game. What a setup. Very rare to see double Beastery and Spirit Lodge at this time. We're experimenting a little bit with it, but never became the meta. And a Firelord. Oftentimes paired with Raiders. Rarely with Wyvern. This could definitely be Raiders as well. But I'm leaning more towards Wyvern, to be honest. Raider. A player's forces are under attack. Maybe Carrion Swarm is too good versus Wyvern? One of the wind, by the way, amazing. So we're not contesting. As Raiders are rather weak. We go Incinerate again, and you know me. I'm here day in, day out, every day. I love Incinerate versus ghouls. And you saw the impact of Incinerate 2 in Soin's hands versus Footman earlier today. It's pretty much exactly the same against ghouls. And it feels like Labby was also thinking about Wyvern because he went for this Berserker. Shadow Priest down immediately. Ghoul, instant double kill. Oh boy, these lava spawns are so strong. Labby got some mana though, dashes out the Carrion Swarm. And you see that Raiders are easily killable, but we got a flood of ghouls. Question is, for how long and when will this lava spawn split? Carrion Swarm, Hadouken! We get into this weird position where you gotta wonder, is Spirit Link actually good against this AoE? Because damage is obviously getting distributed. And then when all your units are green HP, that's great. And you can heal them up more evenly with the heal scroll. But they could also die in seconds. This looks pretty powerful by Soin though. 40 food. Not going into the fortified expansion, but rather for the main. Where Labby is just on tier 1. Banana Joe says, big thanks by the way to you and your team for casting that much. Our job, our passion, our pleasure. If you want to reward us, back to warcraft.com/support. The Prophet, eh? Soin again with the pillage. This is almost a carbon copy to the way he played against Sock. And I think after today, we can say that Soin is a freaking beast on Autumn Leaves. Raw aggression, ruthless aggression. He could use some healing now, and he realizes that too. Little bit of a reposition. And that is a Dreadlord going down. And with that, what are the odds of Labby to come back in this game? If you win this lower bracket match, you survive till next weekend. And you still have a chance to make it through the lower bracket. Trying to establish an army on this 2-base. But Alta down, no DK. Rax down, no mass production. Dreadlord dead, no defense. Imagine Carrion Swarms now. It is quite some towers. But also level 3. Incinerate level 2. Soin, I love you for going Incinerate 2. Look at that damage. Look at these beautiful explosions. It's not that Soin is not losing anything. But he has established a 20 food lead. A bit careless with the Raiders, I gotta say. But he has the resources to reestablish everything. Pillage is paying for the Raiders, I guess. And Labby is in a world of trouble. Dreadlord just back. And almost dead again. Haven't seen the improved soul burn in this matchup. Doesn't really matter. It's all about Incinerate. And ghouls, well, I guess they just die against Incinerate. Just like the Footman Militia did. Look at him. He needs like 2 hits. Ooh, bit of burn damage. 1 end snare is probably gonna be the knockout punch. Uh-oh. GG! LabyRinth goes 0-3 in the qualifiers, and Soin is 1 step away from weekend 2 to keep the dream alive. Very, very decisive game. Ultra aggro. I love to see him with that Fire Lord. It just looks hella good. This strat pretty much is Soin special. And it's working out so well. That was pretty much the hard counter. The map design also benefits here. Short rush distances. Good creeping with the Fire Lord. Can't argue with that, huh? It was almost the expected outcome after what we've seen in the early rounds. What strange times we live in where the phrase counter to Dreadlord even exists. Yeah, we've seen a lot of diversity in the scene. A lot of diversity in the pro scene. Poor Labby though. Qualifier looked so good. Waiting for 40 right now to join us as an OB. He can use Flow TV. There we go. Don't have time to wait. Got lots of Warcraft to cast. Final life for Labby. If he loses this one, he's out. And he's not visiting Dortmund after Dubai. And Soin would keep his chances alive. That would break a 2-game win streak. After Doobie, Ancient No Wonders, and WSB. Soin looking incredibly powerful. Is it still Dreadlord, or will we see a more normal approach? DK. It is a more normal approach on Titans. No Lich first, no Dreadlord first. We're going standard. And Soin Soin has no reason to change anything, but he still has options. On this map, I think a push like the one before would definitely also work due to the map layout. But it's gonna be a very different game because I really don't see a DK expansion versus Orc. A lot of things are possible and playable in competitive Warcraft these days. But that seems risky. No, it's probably gonna be the regular Mass Orc, Mass Air, Mass Wyvern. And then we counter this with ghouls, maybe even Gargs.
A player's forces are under
Scout
attack.
sees this, Scout expects this. Still curious why the Orcs aren't switching back to the Blade Master. There's probably some solid reasons for it. Maybe the meta hasn't developed enough. Maybe they're waiting for Lin to pave the way. Focus tried it and it worked, but that was also on a very unique map lost temple.
Town is under siege. Player's forces are under attack.
Soin doesn't even wait to take some damage, just builds the shop anyway. And Labby is moving out. The only player with units currently. Ultra efficient. The space a Farseer buys is pretty much unprecedented. Can't. Oh! Man, I was in love with that Farseer position. Still can't compete with a coil, but that was nice getting vision with the wolves, getting attack speed with a Farseer. And I think this is something that orcs do more and more in this matchup. I've seen it on Twisted by Lin versus Happy. I've seen it here now. Nice little additional flavor in this creeping minigame early. What would happen if Labby tower rushes Soin now? Tier 2 is almost done. I think you get a Shadow Hunter and hold, or even a Tavern Hero. Burrows are okay base defense. Shouldn't underestimate that. But yeah, you're right. In theory, that could work. But people also got insanely good at holding tower pushes in general.
Player's forces are under attack.
And especially with Orc. Like he could go... Could he go defensive racks? I mean, he has the Warmill already. He'd be up at catapults in no time.
A town is under siege.
Tier 3. Double Beastery. Soin's Element. This is whether you won the War 3 Champions final versus Happy. The harass continues, buying so much time. DK at 50% mana and HP. No level 3 just yet. Misses 1 kill. And whoa! Aggressive Shadow Hunter with Hex to pick up some pieces.
A player's forces are
Right,
under
it's coming together. Yeah, this is the meta. And how good is LabyRinth at playing the Garg Destroyer Tri-Hero Alchemist style? We don't see any big creep manipulation
a player's forces
that usually the Shadow Hunter is known for. It's relatively straight up. And they're missing each other. This is a sick creep check opportunity for Soin, if he so desires. He walks up north, but Labby is only here to snipe the Magi. Okay, how are you supposed to fight this? The bat is already here. The Garg has been taken out. Wyvern moved to the side. Soin presses all the right buttons for a long time. Only a coil can seal the deal. And Labby is struggling hard to stay alive in this game. Super explosive Wyvern. Good movement above the trees. He is hurt now. And the statues do the job. But so far, every single encounter... Every single encounter goes towards Soin. And Venom Spears, a good mix of Wyvern and Bats. I like how Orcs are mixing up their 50 food army. Earlier Bats. Because Wyvern vs Gargs is a numbers game. And if you keep the Garg numbers low, you got a solid chance of keeping your Wyvern alive. Alchemist up in Labby's last lag. Lich not level 3. Far away, actually. Got some good items, but both do. Okay, we snipe some units. We have new bats. Ooh, solid detonation. Here come the bats from the back. They came from behind. Cosplay as gyros. But he went for the Gargs and not for the Destros. And this wasn't actually too impactful. The first encounter that goes to Labby. Nice idea. But the outcome wasn't particularly great.
A player's forces are under attack.
Devotion or Thou is a gigantic help. Working against the acid bomb. Labby kicking and screaming. Trying to stay alive.
Under attack.
Still every chance in the world for Soin to take it home. Go for the base. Destroyer is here though. Some pickups left and right, but this army is... It's quite pathetic, I gotta say. There we go. New bats in. And Labby, a little bit of a misstep maybe. Not being at home to defend, no TP. Fragile. Coil misses. We fight outside of tower range. Can he take a destroyer? No. But one of the wyvern fell. Supply lead, Labby. This didn't do any echo damage. It forced towers as this attack could repeat.
A player's forces are under attack.
Labby is looking better now. Still a lot of mana items. Getting quite confident now, isn't he? Well, that was... Yep, that's a sweet trade. 2 bats for Garg and the Destro. Lich in trouble. You cannot afford to lose this. Soin doesn't have mana for Chain Lightning though. And he takes that entire camp. Destros are hurt. Always when you see Destros with this amount of health, always the chance for 1 bat to take him down. Labby has 1 defend upgrade. He needs more to be safe.
A player's forces are under attack.
I think Labby's base is quite secure against the wyvern, isn't it? It's not getting easier for Soin to close this out. Hugoba, thank you for the prime. Uh-oh. Red spot and Labby in punching distance. Let's go. There's no TP on Soin. The granite golem is still intact, throwing the boulders. And no bats in this army. There's no chance for Soin. No chance for Soin. Great Lich. What a Lich. His attack speed boosted by gloves, boosted by Hood of Cunning, damage boosted by claws and mantle. At some point Lich will just solo. Why am I trying to find an angle, but the coverage of the towers is just phenomenal. Maybe an acolyte here and there. That's about it. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess is what Soin's saying, but Labby thinks, well, if you're in my base, I come to your base because you can't hold with your 2 heroes only. And that little bit of production that you might squeeze out. Gotta fly all the way back. Getting new wyvern now, stalling time, but the end is here. Soin supply block, can't pump bats. And how are you supposed to compete without bats? Labby expanding behind it. I think Labby is playing a fine game now. After that botched attack on the left-hand side. And we're Colnovaing away. The next one might already be death. And if the Shadow Hunter falls and you gotta fight this without any healing, then it's definitely lights out, Labby. We thought after map 1 he's on his way out, but no. He brings it back, shows a very dominant performance. And just takes the game, just like that. Relatively clean. And this matchup with Wyvern, etc. versus Garg's Destroyers, that can snowball because of one fight. It is rather fragile. Yo, nerds, I need to share wedding day for me. I got a self-made Magic the Gathering card from my wife with us as the theme. Oh, Jesus, that's so cute. Congrats, Sir Ragelot1. Hope you have a wonderful day. Nice that you're spending your wedding day with us. Labby taking a little break after that. Let that loss sink into Soin. Make him think. Because he had a super dominant game 1 against Sok. And then the series got turned on its head. Will that happen again? It would be quite disastrous for Soin in this qualifier. We got perfect ping, by the way. The Korea Central server in Seoul, where most of our Koreans live, both operating on a ping of like 3 to 5. They got LAN conditions every time. And we got game 3, a deciding game 3. Whoever wins this advances to the second round. And the second weekend, whoever loses this is indefinitely out of Raraland 2024. High pressure on both. Will Soin lose back-to-back matches after having the lead? Kuruno May, thank you for the Prime. This is my absolute favorite game since my childhood, and I never played it really active. But I love to follow your content. Thank you very much. That's just lovely to see, mate. That's just lovely to see. I never played this super active myself. Just watched it a lot. Then started to talk about it. Now we're here. Sacred Warcraft 3, thank you. It is a sacred game. 26 month. Can't make it to Rara, but love you guys a ton. Hope you have a wonderful time watching from home. As we need big viewer numbers, of course. August 1st to 4th. Day 1, warm up in FFA. Day 2, open bracket. Day 3, group stage. Day 4, playoffs. 84! 22-month resub. Fine! Hope you had a wonderful vacation. Hope you have a good time in the Infernal relegation. Osiris NL. Greetings to the Netherlands. 14-month. Let's go! This looks almost like a hype train to me, boys. Is Rara going to be on this channel? Yes! Of course, of course, of course.
A player's forces are under attack.
Afterwards, after this game, the decider, the second ticket to Rara. Who follows Fortitude? Is it Sock? Is it Colorful? Sock has double duty today, as he's also participating at WAL. Up against Fly later. Racha! Thank you for the 5-month resub. Love to see you guys supporting. Love it. And there is the hype train coming. Choo. Choo. We stick with the Fascia. We stick with the DK. That worked for Labby in game 1, and that is the norm for Soin in general too. Last hit Labby. That's the aura unlocked. That's a big help. And your first obstacle on the way to victory. Solid early. Feels like the Dreadlord. Always cheeky, always fun. But also easily countered by Soin in game 1. When Labby plays the norm, that's not really what he wants to do, I think.
Players' forces are under attack.
But it looked a million times better. And there is a reason why things are the norm. Even though sometimes players are a bit stubborn. So facing a 2.5 DK. This is Soin's map. Ralphus, you wonderful, wonderful freaking soul. Thank you for the outstanding support with your tier 2 sub and a lot of tournament support as well for 69 months. Can I get a nice in the chat for Ralphus? That seems appropriate. Soin is not really getting a foot on the ground, and I kind of like Labby's position here. He might be a bit bruised, but it's oftentimes a timing where Soin would exploit some creeps, and so he can't do that. So he has to use the Shadow Hunter in a different way, and that Hex kind of did nothing. Now it's time to hunt some ghouls. But if you get that instead of an uncontested ogre, I think that's still fine. Little calm before the storm. Soin has to catch up. DK is looking feisty. Soin, you gotta be careful with that SH, mate. How is this allowed? Wait, who got it? Labby killed the ogre. Yeah. I wasn't 100% sure. How is this allowed? There's Hex available and the DK coils from range. That shouldn't happen. That's a big loss. This map is sink or swim, and currently Soin is drowning. Maybe he has to lame a bit more. He's going bats. Not an indicator for lame necessarily. No spirit towers here, but this tower already shows he knows that the wyvern will appear in his base. Is that too easy? Is that too readable? Soin has an amazing Blade Master. I think there is a solid chance that he would be successful with that as well. But maybe Labby isn't ready. He was just ready to be ready. And now, of course, this is big damage. Alchemist third. We arrive on tier 3. But Labby might be stuck at 40. We got a bat here. Ah, no. Splitting the guards so the bat can't hit both at the same time. Still damage done, and this is really annoying now. That opens up the entire map to Soin. Finally for some creeping. Finally for levels.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Super obnoxious. Labby can't really find a way again. He can't reach. He doesn't have web, of course. You don't really play that. But he doesn't have the guard numbers. He doesn't have the towers. Ooh, and that's slowly but steady getting good levels. Calm before the late game storm. All tier 3 upgrades there. Closing it on 50. Soin is super rich at 1,000 gold. This is how you want to play it. Don't break upkeep early. Play it as efficient as possible. The Wyvern are the necessary damage you can take with you can tank with other stuff. Get some upgrades done. We see a shade for Labby. Nice. Triple claw on Soin. See, I told you to play a Blade Master. But item's not too bad on Labby anyway. Double ring, love to see it, but here's another flyby onto the base. Has to portal instantly. With 2 towers, this is not a... 3 towers, this is not a place you want to fight in. But if you run away and your opponent portals in, that's a win for you. And with that, you might be able to expand even.
A player's forces are under attack.
$1K. Okay, Soin is breaking. Expo at 40%, and now he wants to double down on his advantage. he break the towers? If he kills this one, this gets rid of a lot of coverage. Holla! The bats disappear. That's super helpful now. And yeah, you gotta get out. No detonate against the Gargs, which is absolutely necessary. We mix in the Raiders for more crowd control in an open fight. Without Raiders, you can't take open fights really. You just get Coil Novat. If the heroes move forward and you don't have a way to punish them, that's easy kills. And Labby marching toward the north. This still takes some time. This still takes some time. Oh no. Is that a cancel? How is Soin... I mean, he made the choice to not defend, right? So either he didn't expect LabyRinth to rush across the map, or it doesn't matter that much to him because he's rich anyway. And he got the echo advantage. Oh my god. Before. This Farseer has literally max double damage. Plus 37. Double claw plus 12. Nice to see reveal, by the way. Double claw plus 12. Plus 8 and plus 4. It's insane.
A player's forces are under attack.
What's the way out for Labby? This time, Soin with a third attack upgrade, with a second attempt of an expansion. And LabyRinth just creeping at home. The map is empty.
A player's forces are under attack.
We've seen scouts on both sides. Wolves, shades, looking for gold mines. Don't find any. On the undead side at least. Soin really comfortable. Is LabyRinth even able to catch up? Very smart comment by chat. If LabyRinth wants to win this, he's going to have to defeat Soin. I think it's one of the better points we've read all day. One, two, three, four, 5 statues. That's a hell of a lot of destroyers. The destroyer bust could be massive. And it's probably the only chance that LabyRinth has left. The towers coming up in time? Close. If the towers are up, how are you supposed to do this? Bats clumped up. Coming in one at a time. One tower is probably gonna finish. Bats in. Destro's still there. At least one, but 2 towers now. Soin at the 2 towers. Who stays alive in the Rara qualifier? There's a 10 supply lead, but the heroes are looking strong. Piercing damage, incredible. Target fire, a little bit off. A little bit of a reposition. Double level 5 on Soin. Can he do it? Judging from the supply, that definitely looks like it. All Gargs dead. All ghouls disappeared. Down to 3 heroes, and Destro's trying to find an opening at the main. But what can you really do here? I think the dream of Rara is going to end.
A player's forces are under attack.
Level 3 heal wave, so good. The towers were a nice touch, and they had the perfect timing. If Labby hits 10 seconds earlier, is there a better chance? Plan C now. With the counter expo. But how are you supposed to hold this? I think you gotta hope for Soin to miss this. But I mean, it's the one way to prolong the game. Soin is not gonna miss this. Invis Wolf. Here you go. And now Soin can make choices. He got a TP. He's safe. He could either wait for an 80 food army, queue another upgrade, get some items, or just go and annihilate. Because at the moment, Labby is at his weakest.
A player's forces are under attack.
Isn't it unfair that the Shade can see the Wolf, but the Wolf can't see the Shade? What kind of Shadow Realm is that? Well, it seems like it's the Shadow Realm. Soin is splitting Wyvern. Here come the bans! Garg's taken out. Not too many left for the Destros, but that's what the Wyvern are here for. Oh boy. Utter destruction. Labby, that was the last chance to get that second base up, but every single unit disappears in the hand of a volley. Splitting Wyvern again. Well done. Still staying in range. A 30 food lead, which is just getting worse and worse and worse for LabyRinth. Trapped in his maze. No way out. The heal wave on time. And no hope left. Labby stays in games rather long, always trying to find solutions, but against that net, there is no solution. Soin with the 2 and 1. Who does not fall to the same fate that he did in the winner bracket versus Sock. No. This was different. This was very stable, with a lot of right decisions, and that echo damage in the mid game hurt him really, really, really bad.